So here's a good look at the lot where the Tanger Performing Arts Center will be located, and there's the Historical Museum, and there you can see the sky sculpture, and right beside that is the Cultural Arts Center. At the far end of the park, LeBauer Park, is the Greensboro Public Library. So you can see how this Performing Arts Center is going to occupy a very prominent space in the cultural district, what's developing to be Greensboro's cultural district. It's going to be very interesting to watch. And this is what the Performing Arts Center is going to look like. This approach to LeBauer Park, Tanger Arts Center there, Historical Museum there, LeBauer Park here. It's a very interesting approach. Wow, this is already a busy intersection over here at Bellamede and A. Brenner. Almost got run over. This is really the main entrance to LeBauer Park. It's quite attractive. See the Historical Museum there. Tanger's going up there. Park again, and over here with the green roof, the Cultural Arts Center. Cafe Europa, great patio for having a meal right here in the middle of the cultural district. And right over there is the Cultural Arts Center. Driving down Gate City Boulevard, one of the things you notice is that it's really an interesting mixture of older businesses and some rundown places, and then the new university, Spartan Village, as you approach Tate Street, which is where I am right now. And right across the street is that old Industries of the Blind building, which I know does a lot of good work. You just have to wonder what will happen to it eventually as UNCG expands. It's a really great piece of real estate right across the street from Spartan Village. But this street is definitely being transformed. I believe it's supposed to be kind of the thoroughfare for Greensboro in a sense. You know, Greensboro is interesting in that it has several streets running straight through downtown, Elm and Eugene namely, and they both run straight from the highways, 40 and 85, with that convergence right outside of town. But the new Performing Arts Center, one of the big concerns for that is how traffic will be handled for people coming out of town, and they'll be coming right down Elm and Eugene, right into the downtown area, the center of the city, for that Performing Arts Center. It's a pretty easy little, 5-mile trek from the highway. It's not bad at all, and it puts a lot of commerce right in the center of downtown, which is going to be great for downtown, and particularly the northern side of downtown, the northern end of Elm, and of course Davie Street, and also right there adjacent to the park and the Historical Museum and all of that, the Cultural Arts Center, the Greensboro Cultural Center. It's going to be very interesting to see how the Tanger Performing Arts Center impacts the city commercially. I've been interviewing some people who live downtown on the streets and in the parks lately, and one guy, a guy named John Ritter, commented that when money's being spent on something like Tanger, the Performing Arts Center, let's not forget people that could use a place to live. And you know, inside that comment, there's a good question. I mean, for all of us as citizens of Greensboro, but also the Performing Arts Center serves a very useful purpose. It's, you know, it is a place where people can go and learn about and celebrate the arts and be entertained, have a good time, have an evening out for bigger acts. The Performing Arts Center is also going to be open to the schools. So shows and events going on during the week for our kids in the public schools. That's going to be a great resource for them. Think about that. It's a very multi-use facility. And that's a big part of it too, I think, because you don't want just weekend events for a nice big facility that's right in the center of downtown. You want to make as much use of it as you can. And I think seeing how LeBauer Park has been utilized has been amazing. I think the Performing Arts Center will be similar. I think it'll get a lot of use. And so we look at something like homelessness and poverty in general in our city. And then we look at expenditures. I'm going over some tracks. You look at expenditures for facilities like the Tanger Performing Arts Center, and you think, well, how do things balance out? Well, really, any city has to stay strong commercially. It has to be attractive to young professionals and to businesses who want to come to the city and start new businesses and provide jobs. And then the jobs, make the city stronger, provide income, of course, and a stronger tax base for the city. The question about the growth of any city, I think, any city that has the potential that Greensboro has, I think the question really is one of balance and controlling growth so that you have a good kind of growth. And I think Greensboro's done a really good job of that. And can things be improved? Sure. Can we do more for the homeless? Sure. There's a lot of philanthropy in this city and a lot of good people, a lot of people affiliated with churches that have a heart for the homeless and for people who need help, need a hand up. And that's one of the things I like about this city. And I hope we can keep talking about that and keep lifting that up as a topic of conversation and concern. Until later.